I've run this morning and I've come back. And it is to cheer for Team India, for sure, to lift the trophy. I'm pretty sure that they're going to do it.
Well, you did talk about the crowds, and interesting you mentioned that, Venki, because, at the start of the tournament, there were a lot of questions being posted on why the crowds are not coming to the stadium, and I always felt, even at that time, just give it a little bit of time. A lot of those matches were happening during the week. They were not India matches. It takes a little bit of time to build up, and it did build up. And talking of those crowds, at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad, there is no dearth of crowds, certainly. My colleague Yash is joining me. Yash, give us a sense of what you've been witnessing through the day. It's going to be a sea of blue, isn't it? And everybody is going to be outside the streets as well, even those who don't have tickets.
Well, Shivani, this afternoon is absolutely electrifying over here in Ahmedabad. And I can tell you one thing, like you rightly mentioned, this is the sea of blue which everyone is witnessing here at Narendra Modi Stadium. In fact, till where you see, you only see these blue jerseys all around. In fact, we've been speaking to the fans throughout the day, and in fact, yesterday also throughout the day, we spoke to the fans, and one thing is clear there. They feel that Team India is the one which will be lifting this time's World Cup of 2023. You can see both the lanes are jam-packed. In fact, earlier we've been hearing that crowds are not coming to the ground. But this time around, you can see for this very finals, you can see the kind of excitement over here, the kind of energy over here. In fact, the fans are already saying that this World Cup is ours. This is just a ceremony, and in fact, this is just to take the World Cup home officially. So the energies are high, the spirits are high, and in fact, since morning when we are speaking to the fans, they only have to say one thing, that this time around this will be a consecutive win for the country, because we have seen how well boys have performed in the previous matches, and in fact this one also will be one of those matches. In fact, interestingly, most of these fans were talking about how the much chatter was about India versus New Zealand earlier, that how that very match will be the tough one, but we managed to defeat New Zealand twice. In fact, they feel that this time this will be the second defeat for Australia as well. In fact, there were some Australian fans also who are here, but obviously we are in India and we are here at Narendra Modi Stadium, so Indian fans outnumbered them, but the Australian spirits are also very high at this very area, at this very spot. You can see how fans are already trying to get inside this very ground to just enjoy this final, because there was a lot of anticipation, and in fact Ahmedabad is for the very first time hosting a World Cup final. Yes, there was India versus Pakistan over here, but as of now, till where you can see, you can only see these blue jersey. In fact, the spirits are high. The fans are already saying that this World Cup is ours, and I can tell you one thing. Since we have come here to Narendra Modi Stadium, one thing is clear, the entire Ahmedabad is buzzing, and in fact they say that this is the second Diwali which they will be celebrating over here in Ahmedabad and across the India.
Absolutely.
And interestingly, the fans have not only come from India but from across the globe.
Absolutely, this is a big one that a lot of fans have come around from. Yes, there will be some Aussie fans too, but I think Pat Cummins is aware that it's not going to be a lot of them, and he did say in the run-up to this match that there's nothing more satisfying than seeing a large crowd go silent. So of course Australia is going to come here wanting to stun the unbeaten team of the World Cup. Can they do it or not is something we will discuss in just a bit. But Jimmy Paji, since I do have you, and I must repeat what a pleasure it is to have him man of the match of the 1983 final win for India. According to you, in your words, what did that 1983 World Cup win do for us? How did it change from your time immediately before and after?
No, Karthik mentioned actually, because I feel when we won, we didn't realize what we had done for cricket and for the country as such. And when we came back, and then we could see how people received us and the kind of treatment we got. They looked up to us as if we had reached the moon at that time, to be very honest, in 83.
Yes.
And this is what exactly happened to the game as such. And actually, I was lucky to be a part of the team, I'll put it that way, because we had the team, we had the players, we had the experience, and we had the captain who was aggressive. Yeah, because he had his own idea, he played the game differently to the rest of the captains. So I think everything gelled together in 1983. And as I always say, it's a team game. Everyone has to perform to make a team performance as such. And then whenever anybody needed at that time, so we all came good at that. You know, like nobody scored heavily, nobody, apart from Roger and Mother, nobody took many wickets in the tournament.
But everybody chipped
in at the right time. You know, guy like Sunil, a brilliant player, probably he didn't have a good tournament as a batsman, but he picked up those beautiful catches at the right time. So this is very, very important. Everybody looked up to each other. We get along very well. As I always say, we were partying, you know, when we were not playing. And that's very, very important.
You guys still get together quite often, isn't it?
We used to be together off the field. You know, once the game would get over, we would be in a group, 4, 5 guys, 6 guys, would go out together, eat together, drink together, you know, have fun together. So I think this team has everything over here. And I'm just wishing them all the luck. As Indian, we are very emotional people.
True.
We only want one country to win, as Karthik said, because the two teams are playing. Australians are also playing. They've won the World Cup for 5 times.
Yes.
So, you know, like, you can't take them lightly. But I think the nature of the wicket will decide which team will be stronger today.
Absolutely. Ayaz, we come here to win. Was the famous words of Kapil Paji when he was asked in the press conference. Nobody gave India a chance. And, you know, talking about that ethic that Jimmy Paji is talking about, this team, and Rohit has talked about how they have built this team over a period of 2 years. Everybody's been given very designated roles. They know exactly what kind of innings they need to bat, when they need to accelerate, not, you know, they're actually asking the dressing room, there's a plan. And everybody's kind of chipped in with their roles. That's the beauty of what Jimmy Paji is talking about. Everything's come together for the Indian team.
And that is the big difference between 83 and now. I mean, I was there and I watched their entire tournament. Nobody gave them a hope in hell to win. You know, and before this, in the two prior World Cups, 75 and 79, India had won one match, beating East Africa. So, you know,
there were no expectations
at all. There were no expectations. And then how it all gelled. There was no 2-year planning. कि एक-एक का role ये है, ऐसा करना है. They were all fantastic first-class cricketers. All of them, if you look back, they had first-class records which were very impressive. But I don't think that Indian cricket at that point in time was so well equipped in ODI, limited overs cricket. But that was transformational, that victory, the self-belief. And as Jimmy Pa mentioned, and also Karthik, it changed paradigm shift. It brought about not just in Indian cricket, but the sport itself. Because India then started becoming the hub of the game. It starts from 83. It gets more heft in 2007 and 2011, but the seeds were sown there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You look at IPL. 2007, it was not as if the best Indian side was sent. It was just sent because India was the last to actually accept T20.
Yes.
We won, and then suddenly
T20 became the thing.
It was there around the corner, and then look at what IPL has done. And it's just an interesting one. Sometimes it's the mindset. Did we have the mindset? Yes, we are competing, we are playing, but did we have the mindset? That mindset changed after that 83 win, and things have been changing ever since.
I mean, Saurav was also credited as a captain to change that mindset quite a bit, especially when we were playing overseas, for example. And then now, of course, everybody's talking about Rohit Sharma as a very different captain in that sense, right? I mean, he comes across as laid back, but actually a lot of the credit for what has happened, because I personally feel this team was not looking like this at all in the run-up to the World Cup, and suddenly they look completely different. A lot of the credit should go to him.
Don't go by just demeanor as it appears.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He looks laid back.
Jimmy is a very phlegmatic man, but he was very aggressive on the field.
Exactly.
Not demonstrative, but when he played cricket, it was with great intensity. Rohit Sharma is like that. And let me tell you, after 83, we had a golden run for 2-3 years. So we won the Asia Cup, we won the World Championship of Cricket, we won the Rothmans Cup. It started with 83 and in
because
2
the
years,
belief was there.
Yes. It just
the talent was always there, but the belief came from 83.